Okay, so let's pop this on record. So we're going to stand tall on our mats, have length in our spine, and we're going to use 2 sets of bands today, or 1 set, and then we tie a knot. So it's that band, and then we tie a knot. But we're going to mobilise first. So let's stand tall. Head high, shoulders down and away from your ears, lengthen your spine. Your neck is long, so your toes are pointing forwards. Your hips are nice and square to the front. So your toes, your knees, and your hips all line up. Let's rotate our shoulders up. And as we exhale, just rotate down and away. Inhale, float those shoulders up. Exhale, melt away. Fantastic. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, let go. 2 more. Inhale, float up. Exhale, melt down. Wonderful. Breathing in. And if you breathe out, you release and let go. Fantastic. So inhale and then open out. If you can make sure you're muted, please, as you come in. Inhale and then release. Lift up those arms up to the sky. Inhale up nice and high. Open the chest. And as you exhale, release the arms down by your sides. Breathing in. Breathing out. So it's a lovely mobilization of the shoulders and the chest. Float up and then melt down. 1 more time. Inhale, float up. Exhale, melt down. Can we do it single arms? Inhale, float up and follow the hand around with your eyes and mobilize the shoulders. So we inhale, open and melt back down. 2 more. Inhale, open, reach up. Exhale, melt down. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, melt down. Change inside. So we inhale, lift, open and lengthen. Good. Breathing in, float all the way up, open out the heart. 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Last one. Inhale, float up. Exhale, melt down. Both hands float up to the sky. Open the chest, slight hyperextension of the back, and then release the arms down. So as we inhale, we open up, slight hyperextension of the back, and exhale down. Single arms, float all the way up. Other side, all the way up. Let's do 2 more. Alternate arms, float and lengthen. Other side, float and lengthen, and release. Perfect. Nod the chin to the chest and just get a lovely stretch into the top of the cervical vertebrae, and then just start to slide down through the knees towards the shins. Softness in the knees. Let's dangle the head, the neck, the shoulders, and just let go of tension that we may have. Just dangling the arms. Lovely. Slide up through the shins. Unpeel, uncurl, unwind. Lovely. Float those arms up. That slight hyperextension in the back. Open the chest. Single arms. All the way up. Open out. Other side. All the way up. Open out. Perfect. Lovely. Now just rotate those shoulders back. So open and close. Good. Open and close. 2 more. Open and close. Last one. Open and close. Now rotate in the other direction. So draw in. Bringing those shoulders in and those elbows melting forwards. Fantastic. In and out. Good. Open and release. 2 more. 1 more. Fantastic. Let's roll down and bring up the bands with you as you float up to the sky. So as we come up, we bring the band up with us and make sure that you have resistance in the band. So holding the bands, palms facing in towards the body. So you hold the bands with the palms facing into the body. So they're not floppy like that. Nice, good resistance there. Fantastic. Now bring the bands just down to your thighs with the palms facing towards your body, and you have that resistance. Inhale the arms up to the sky, open the chest and have that hyperextension in the back, really stretching back. Now melt down towards the thighs and relax the shoulders away from the ears. So let's inhale, float the arms up nice and high, open the chest, and exhale, melt back down towards the earth. Lovely. Inhale, float all the way up. And as you exhale, melt down towards the earth. Last one like this. Breathing in. Yes. And as you breathe out, you melt down towards the earth. Perfect. Now let's just do a heel-toe action. A heel-toe, heel-toe. So we're lifting up onto the toes, lifting up the heels, floating up and down. At the same time, hold the tummy nice and tight, really engaging into the core muscles for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Now, keeping the hands where they are, float up onto your tiptoes and then melt your heels to the earth. Up onto your tiptoes and then heels to the earth, looking straight ahead. Up onto your tiptoes and then heels to the earth. Last one, up onto your tiptoes, and then heels to the earth. Now with the heels down, float the arms up and stretch all the way back. Perfect. Now as you float the arms down, come up onto your tiptoes, shoulders away from the ears, so you're on your heels. Now melt down, lift up your arms, heels down. Inhale up onto your tiptoes, lift your heels. Exhale, melt down to your heels. So when your heels are down, your arms are up. Now when your heels come up, your arms come down, standing nice and tall. Now melt down towards the earth. Inhale those heels up, arms by your sides, and exhale, melt down towards the earth. Last one, inhale those heels up, and then exhale, melt down towards the earth. Now keep your heels down and bring your arms out so they're just a little bit higher than your shoulders, but not all the way up. So they're higher than your shoulders. And now slowly push back into a squat. And as you do so, pull the arms out. So you've got that lovely strength going on. And then as you close, you bring the arms in. So inhale, pull out. Exhale, come in. Lovely. Inhale, pull out. Look straight ahead. Exhale, come in. Can we do two more? Inhale, pull out. Look straight ahead. Inhale, pull in. Last one. Keeping the arms strong. Inhale, pull out. Exhale, come in. Now float those arms up. Heels stay down. Now melt the arms down and float up those heels and come up to a tiptoe position. Melt down onto those heels. Push into a squat. Pull the arms out. Close in the pose. Inhale up, heels down. Float the arms down, float up onto those heels. Push down into the heels, pull into a squat, so you pull out. Yes. Come back to the center. Float the arms up, heels are down. Melt the arms down, float up the heels. Push down into a squat, pull the arms out. And then release, and just release the arms by your sides. Taking the bands behind your back, palms facing away from the body, still have that resistance, open out and release. So look straight ahead, open and release, open and release. This is particularly good if you're looking at a computer all day and your shoulders are rounded. This will really open out the chest and release. So pull the palms apart, open the chest, and then come back down. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Can we do two more? Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now just release those shoulders and just rotate back. Turning the palms so they're facing away from the body and just take the arms a little bit wider. Excellent. Now float the arms up as high as they can go. And if you can we come down our backs with our arms nice and open. Lovely. Open up, big stretch, and come back down. So you may need to take your hands slightly further apart than they were before. Inhale all the way up, open up and down your back. Good. Inhale up to the sky and exhale down to the earth. Good. Inhale up to the sky, exhale down behind your back. Now if you have an issue coming down behind your back, you can come in front, so I'll show you the options. You could inhale up to the sky and then you could just exhale down in front, yeah? Or inhale up and exhale all the way back down. One more time. Inhale up and exhale down. Now we're going to come up onto your tiptoes as you float up to the sky. So we inhale up onto our tiptoes. Either come down your front or down your back and melt your heels to the earth. Inhale up onto your tiptoes, lift up tall, and then melt down in front. Lovely, good balance. Breathing in, up onto the tiptoes. Breathing out behind your back or in front, it's up to you. Inhale up onto your tiptoes, exhale down onto your heels. It's like one of those trapeze things. One more time. Inhale up, trapeze things. You know those little doll things that go up and down. And again, one more. Don't know what they're called. And woo, back down. Release those arms. Fantastic. Now place the band down on the floor. Imagine you're shaking someone's hand. So you glue the elbow in towards the body and then you hold the band and just rotate it over the top. Nice and strong, lengthen the spine. Now lift up and down. So we're working into the bicep. Breathe in, breathe out. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Head and neck lengthened. Fantastic. So we lift and we lower. Let's do 4 more. So that's 4. Yes, elbow glue to the ribs. 3, 2, keep that wrist nice and strong. And 1. Now can we do 2? So we go up and up, down and down. Perfect. Lift and lift, lower and lower. Good, good. Up and up, down and release. 3 up and hold. 3, 2, 1, hold, and slowly back down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, hold, and slowly back down. 2 more. 3, 2, 1, hold, and slowly back down. Looking good. 3, 2, 1, hold, and slowly back down. 1 more. 3, 2, 1, hold, and slowly back down. So always make sure that the elbow's glued to the ribs. Let's change side. If the elbow flops out a bit, you're impacting on your shoulder. So if you keep the elbow glued to the ribs, it keeps it nice and strong as we lift and lower. So other side. Singles. Excellent. Keep the elbow glued to the ribs. Don't let it come apart. I'm seeing some of this going on. Elbow glued to the ribs. Up and down. That's much better. Up and down. Let's do 8 more. So that's 8. Looking good. 7. Fantastic. Shoulders down and away. 6. Don't let the shoulder float up as you lift up into that bicep curl. 4 more. So that's 4. Back straight, tummy tight. 3. Looking good. Excellent. 2. Make this the last one. And 1. Let's do 2s now. So we come up and up, down and down. Don't hold your breath. So we inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Lovely. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one. Breathe in, breathe out. Perfect. 3 up and hold. 3, 2, 1, hold. Keep the elbow close to the ribs. All the way down. 3, 2, 1, hold. All the way down. Working this muscle, the bicep. 3, 2, 1, hold. All the way down. Keep the wrist strong. 3, 2, 1, hold. All the way down. Last one. 3, 2, 1, hold, and all the way down. Perfect. Let's just give those arms a lovely rotation. Dangling the band behind your back, and again the elbows pointing up to the ceiling. Now the shoulder's not going to move up and down. This is going to stay here, and we're going to lift and lower. But we're taking the back hand behind, and we're holding the band behind, so we've got the resistance. Now we float up and down. Good. So we lift up the top arm and down, keeping the shoulders and the elbows in good alignment. The movement is coming from the elbow up and down, back nice and straight. Try not to drop the shoulder. Lift up and down, up and down. So a good way of doing it, if you put yourself in the little mirror image of yourself, if you were by a mirror, if you look, is your elbow coming up and down, or are your shoulders moving? Lovely. Let's do 4 more. Looking good. For 4, excellent. For 3, shoulders down and away from the ears. For 2, and for 1. And release. Now swap sides. So just move that arm down. Take the band in the other hand. Have length in the spine. And again, the elbows up to the sky. Pull down with the bottom hand and lift the top hand. Lift and lower. Look straight ahead, shoulders down and away from the ears. Lovely. So we lift and we lower. We lift and we lower. Excellent. We lift and we lower. 4 more. So that's 4. Back straight. 3. Lovely. 2. Looking good. Don't let that shoulder drop. And 1. And release. Fantastic. Just give those arms a little bit of a mobilization. Fantastic. Okay. Taking the bands and bring them into quarters. Holding it here, and let's just mobilize the shoulders and do a little rotation here. So like a punch bag, we push and we pull and we punch and we work those arms. Here we go, keep it going, keep it going. Looking good, here we go. Punch high, punch low, work those shoulders. Fantastic, really work those arms, and then pull and release, pull and release. Pull and release, and just rotate those shoulders. Fantastic. Just give those arms a little bit of a mobilization. Fantastic. Now placing the bands underneath both feet. Excellent. Standing tall. Try not to lean forward. Standing tall. Back straight. Now just tap out to the side. Out to the side. Out to the side. Lovely. out to the side. So the leg that's not moving is the stability leg, out. Here we go. So that's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's change sides. So we root down on the other side, out, and out. Very good. And out. Can we do 4 more? For 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Perfect. Standing tall. Lovely. Let's do it again on the other side. Out. Good. And out. Try not to really lean over. Keep the body still. Out. 4 more. For 4, for 3. Looking good. For 2, and for 1. Other side. 4. Whoops. Not supposed to do that. Stand tall. 4. Yes. 3. Back straight. 2. And 1. Perfect. Just removing one foot and bringing the band just to the arch of the foot rather than the heel. If you're tall like me, you may need to lean forwards just a little bit. If you're quite short, then you don't need to. Now, keeping the wrists, good alignment going from the elbow down to the wrist, yeah? We pull out as if we were elbowing someone. So we pull out. So I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. Pull out. Now, watch your wrist. What I'm seeing is this. Wrist doing this, yeah? I'm seeing this going on, that. We don't want that. Pull out. That's better. Out. So as if you were elbowing someone. Lovely. Pull up. Excellent. Pull up. Can we do 4 more? For 4. That's better. For 3. And again, if you've got a mirror handy, look in that mirror. Are your wrists doing this? I can't actually do it where my wrists go all funny. But I see a lot of this going on and this going on, yeah? Pull out. 4 more. 4. Looking good. 3, 2, and 1. Now, step back with one toe. Let me move back just a little bit. And the toe stays down and the heel stays up. Now, as we pull down, can we bend into a squat? Shh. Lovely. Pull down. So that is 4, and 3, and 2. Keep the wrist strong. And 1. Let's swap sides. So step back with the other leg, swapping the feet over. The toe is down, the heel is up, the wrists are strong. So we're not bending the wrists in. We pull and we lunge. The back is straight. Pull and lunge. Keep the wrist strong. Pull and lunge. Here we go. That's 4. That's 3. That's 2. And 1. And release. Let's just release those arms. Taking the bands overhead. Now keep your hands quite close together so you've got good resistance. And float the arms up. The head is equal between the biceps. So as we go over to the side, the biceps aren't touching the face. The head is equal. Let me just put the earphones back in. There you go. Holding it here. Nice and equal. So we tick-tock over to the side. Pull down with the bottom hand. Up with the top hand. You've got that good alignment there. Back to the centre. Over to the other side. You have that good alignment. And back to the centre. Perfect. Now let's tick-tock over. And as we do so, lift up one leg, the opposite leg. So as you pull down with the bottom hand, up with the top hand, you've got that lovely stabilisation going on. Come back to the centre. And let's just give those arms a little bit of a rest and release the shoulders. Other side. Let's inhale up. Tick-tock over. Pull out. Create that length. Fantastic, looking good, strong, pull and push, so we keep the balance, back to the centre and release. So let's add on, let's inhale up to the sky, and as we do so, lift up the knee, open the door, and then slide out to the side, holding it here. Lift up the knee, and come down towards the earth. Other side, inhale, lift up the knee, holding it here, open the door, out to the side if you can. How's your balance doing? Yes, head equal between the biceps. Back up to the knee and then down to the earth. Wonderful. Just rotate those shoulders. Give those shoulders a bit of a break. Inhale up. Out to the side. Nice and strong. Pull down with the bottom, up with the top. Lovely. Lift up that knee and then melt back with the toes. Stretch, lengthen, reach. Holding the bands, pulling the bands and stretching and lengthening. Take that leg up as far high as you can go. Come back to the centre and release. Other side. Inhale up, out to the side. Nice and strong. Bring the knee up, nice and high. Float forwards with the hands, back with the leg. Lengthen through, point, stretch and lengthen. So we pull the bands apart, we pull the toes. Feel that wonderful stretch, yes. Back to the centre and release. There's quite a lot on the arms, so just give those shoulders a little bit of a rotation. Yes, good. And just dangle those arms. Fantastic. Now we're going to tie the bands. If you've got one tied already, this is your time to swap. I'll give you a moment to change over or to tie the bands. So we're tying them in a knot so you can put your legs in between like so. So we've got time to tie them, there's no rush. And we step into the bands and we just place them around our thigh area. And then we just step out slightly so you can feel the resistance. Now the toes are still pointing forwards, the hips are square. Because we've done a lot on the shoulders, we can rest those shoulders, bring our hands across our heart. And now we can sink into a squat and back up. This is supporting this whole area here. So we push down and back up. Lovely. Push down and back up. Good. Push down and back up. So as we push down, we have a straight line top of the head down to the lumbar spine, and then we come back up. Beautiful. Push down and back up. Let's do 4 more. Push down and back up. 3 more. Push down and back up. 2 more. Push down and back up. Last one. Push down and back up. Perfect. Let's give those arms just a little release. Now, as we push down, if your shoulders still hurt, put them across your chest. Otherwise, float up and back down. Good. Float up and back down. Can we do 4 more? So that's 4. Yes. And 3. Perfect. And 2. This is your last one. And 1. Fantastic. Let's add on. So let's come up onto our tiptoes. Float up as high as we can. Melt down to your heels. Open your chest. Push into a squat. And back to the centre. Up onto your tiptoes. Nice and high. Down onto your heels. Into a squat. Back to the centre. Now standing tall. Just tap out to the side. Tap out to the side. Keep your back straight. Tap out to the side. So it's similar to when we had the hands down and we had the bands just on the feet. Tap out. Good. Tap out. 4 more. For 4. For 3. 2 more. For 2. For 1. Up onto those tiptoes and lift those heels. Melt down to the earth. Push into a squat. Out to the side for 4. For 4. You can tap your toe down for 3, or you can reach out for 2. For 1. Up onto your tiptoes, nice and high. Melt into your heels. Push into a squat. Come back to standing. Out to the side. Back to the centre. Out to the other side. Back to the centre. Now let's roll down all the way. As we do so, roll the bands just down to the ankles and keep them at the ankles. Hang in the head and the neck, letting go of tension in the shoulders. With the bands around the ankles, just slide up through the shins, unpeel, uncurl, unwind. Lovely. So we're standing tall. Now just tap out to the side and back in. Out and in. Out and in. So that is 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Let's swap sides. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Let's roll down all the way to the earth. And we're going to come down onto the floor. And we're going to work into our side legs, side leg raises. So we're going to work into a side lengthening. So straighten the legs, the bands around the ankles, the head and the neck are resting down. Got good alignment from the fingertips all the way down. Now the bottom leg is slightly bent, the top leg is straight. Now lift up the heel and feel the resistance and come back down. Lift up and come back down. So we lift up the heel and then we tap back down. Good. Lift up the heel and tap back down. Looking good. Lift up the heel and tap back down. Wonderful. Lift and tap. 4 more. Lift and tap. 3 more. Lift and tap. 2 more. Lift and tap. Last one. lift and tap. Now, can we lift the top leg, place the hand in front, and then lift the bottom leg at the same time, so we're hovering, 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 holding it here, hover, and then back down. Let's hover, and back down. So as we lift up the top leg, it floats the bottom leg up, and you should feel it here in the thighs, and back down. Good. Hover, and back down. Good. And again, hover, and back down. Good. And again, one more, hover, and back down. Perfect. So we're really feeling it against the thighs. Let's lie down on our backs and then just move the bands just towards our knees. So this aligns our hips. Let's bend our knees. Rest your back into the earth, shoulders down and away. And we're going to float up into a bridge. Bring your hands by your side, your palms down. So your eyes are looking to the ceiling, your hips are square to the ceiling, buttock cheeks on the floor. Let's do a little tilt to the pelvis, a little release of the hips. So if you bring your thumb to your bottom rib, your index finger to your hip bone, you can rock and tilt, rock and tilt, rock and tilt, rock and tilt. So you can really feel the lumbar spine moving forwards and back. This is really good if you've got any lower back issues. And the purpose of the bands now is to keep the knees and the hips in good alignment. Now place your hands by your sides, relax your shoulders into the earth, rock and tilt the pelvis, squeeze the buttocks, and now start to float the hips off the mat. Weight goes into the heels, and as we float up from the top of the knees to the shoulder, we have a lovely straight alignment. Now push the weight into the heels, push the palms down and float the hips up a little bit more. Imagine you've got a beach ball underneath your buttocks that's being inflated, so it's going up that little bit more. This keeps the knees in good alignment. Now, reconnect each vertebrae with the mat and melt down to the earth with control and relax into the earth. Good. Let's tilt and rock the pelvis, squeeze the buttocks, start to unpeel off the mat. Push the weight into your heels and float the hips as high as they go, as if you had that beach ball underneath your hips that's being inflated. Squeeze that little bit more. It's a great back strengthener. The knees are now in good alignment. Now reconnect each vertebrae with the mat, floating down to the earth with control. And release and let go. One more. Tilt and rock the pelvis, squeeze the buttocks. Float the hips, weight goes into the heels, you're looking good, squeeze, float and lengthen. Now imagine that there's a bit more air going in, push up that inch more. Now let's deflate it. Go down with control. All the way down, perfect, good. Now slowly lift up the knees and slide the bands just around the heels and then just open out the legs. So we open the thighs, close the thighs, open and close. Open and close. Now, any neck and shoulder issues, keep your head and your shoulders into the earth. If you're able to, bring your hands, interlace the fingers, like Charlie's Angels hands if you're old enough to remember. Inhale, float up, reach up to the sky. Exhale, come down. Inhale, float up. Exhale, down. Now, as you float up, you open the thighs and you reach up with the fingers. And as you come down, you come back down. Now, if your neck hurts, make a pillow for your head with your hands and just float up your shoulders, protecting your neck, and melt back down. So we're going to do 4 of these, whichever one suits you. So lift up, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out. 1 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Perfect. Let's hug those knees into the chest and just do a little massage there of the back. Fantastic. Now let's roll over to the other side. The heels and the ankles are, the bands around the ankles is what I'm trying to say. So let's turn over, work the other leg. So the bottom leg is slightly bent, top leg is straight, and we lift and we lower. Now we lead with the heel and we tap down with the toe. The hips are stacked. Fantastic. Let's do 8 more. So that's 8. Excellent. 7. Looking good. 6. Fantastic. 5, you should be feeling it in the thighs. 4, looking good. 3, how are we doing? 2, wonderful. And 1. Now float up both legs, hover, hover, and release. Hover, and release. So we lift up the top leg, it floats the bottom leg up. And again, lift and lower, lift and lower. Excellent. Lift and lower. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one. Lift and lower. Fantastic. Just give that leg a little bit of a rub. Perfect. Now let's roll back onto our backs. I'm keeping the bands around the ankles. The knees are bent. Bring your hands by your sides. Now lift up into a tabletop. So the knees are at 90 degrees and just pull out so you're feeling the resistance, palms to the earth. Tap your toes to the floor, feeling the tummy, navel to spine, and then back up. Now, if you've got any issues with your back, remove the bands and just tap down 1 foot at a time. Otherwise, keep the resistance, tap and halfway. Tap and halfway. Now, we shouldn't be feeling any pain in the back. If you do, remove the bands and tap down 1 at a time. So we tap and lift. Tap and lift. Excellent. Tap and lift. So we're working the lower abdominal muscles. Tap and lift. Can we do 2 more? Tap and lift. Last one. Tap. Now lift up all the way to the sky. Take the arms up, reach up and touch the rings, bands with your hands. Stretch up. Inhale. Now as you exhale, melt the arms down. Legs come down to the earth with a bend in the knees. Inhale, meet in the middle. Exhale, float to the earth. Inhale, meet in the middle. Exhale, float to the earth. Wonderful. Breathing in. Breathing out. Now, if you come up and down with straight arms and straight legs, that's perfect. Keep that resistance going in the bands. Shh. But if you have any issues with your back, keep a bend in your knees. Let's do 4 more. Breathe in as you meet in the middle. Breathe out as you come down to the earth. Breathe in as you meet in the middle. Breathe out as you melt down to the earth. 2 more. In to the middle. Down to the earth. 1 more. Into the middle. And then down to the earth. Perfect. Lovely. Now bring in your knees into your chest. Just do a little massage of your back. A little rock of the hips. Now move in the bands just back up towards the thighs. And then roll back onto your side. Bring your toes together. The band's now around your thighs. Rest your head down into the earth and just float up, and we're going into a clam. So we're working into the top part of the thighs. So the toes are together, the knees are glued together by the ring. So we lift up and we come back down. Open and close. Now try not to float back. Try to keep yourself with good alignment. You're resting your head into your bicep as you lift and lower. So let's lift up the top leg like opening a shell and then close it. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Can we do 2 more? Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last one. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Let's just swivel round to the other side. You can roll away from the camera or you can swivel round like I'm doing. And let's do the same on the other side. Toes together. Knees together. Inhale, up and down. Good. Up and down. Fantastic. Up and down. Let's do 8 more. So that's 8. Open the thighs. Really feeling it here. 7. It's a great strengthener. Good. 6. Wonderful. 5. Ooh, looking good. 4. Open the thighs. 3. Fantastic. 2. Make this the last one. Yes, and release. Fantastic. Good. Just bringing yourself onto your back, keeping your knees where they are, shoulders down, melting into the earth. Now make sure your heels are together, palms down by your sides, and start to open the thighs just that little bit. You've got the bands resisting, so it's going to be only a little bit open, and then close. Open the thighs, and then close. Perfect. Open the thighs, and then close. Can we do 2 more? Open the thighs, and then close. Last one. Open the thighs, and then close. Perfect. Lift the arms up to the sky as if you were holding a beach ball. So your ankles are together, your knees are together, the bands are around your thighs, and you're holding as if you're holding a beach ball over your head. Now as you open the thighs as much as they'll open, float the arms down and open them. Have a bend in the elbows and try to bring the elbows down to the earth as the knees float down, open out. Now close, bringing the feet flat on the floor and the hands back as if you're holding that beach ball. Breathe in as you open out, roll those hips, open out, and exhale, close. Perfect. 2 more. Inhale, open. Feel the resistance, and exhale, close. Last one. Inhale, open, as if you're opening, and then exhale, close. Just removing the bands from the thighs and just place them down by your sides and place your feet back on the floor, knees bent, feet flat. Take the arms back up as if you were holding that beach ball. Now this time as you roll onto the side of the heels, you should be able to open the knees all the way down, open the thighs, open the arms, and just float down as much as you can, really opening out the chest. Now close by bringing it back in as if you're pushing against something really hard, the feet flat on the floor. Inhale, open, just roll and open out as much as you can. Opening out the inner thighs, lovely. And then exhale, close, all the way. One more time. Inhale, open as much as you can. And then exhale, close. Perfect. Good. Now with your knees bent, feet flat, take the bands in your hands, hold them up, but hold them as if you were holding, so just clench your fists around, so you're opening. Now, as you drop your knees, pull your arms out. They won't go out very far, and drop your knees down. Lovely. And then close, coming back up. Good. Open out, pull out the bands, open the inner thighs, and then close. Good. Inhale, pull, 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 pull. And exhale, close. One more set. Inhale, open, pull, pull, pull. And then exhale, close. Wonderful. Bring your arms down by your sides and do a little rotation from side to side of those hips. Lovely. Now hook the bands around one foot and keep the other knee bent. Stretch up to the sky. Push the heel up, toe towards you. Then pull down so you're stretching out the back of the thigh. And at the same time, take your shoulders off and reach up towards the heel, the ankle, the thigh, feeling it all the way down the back of that thigh. Lovely. Breathe in, pull that a little bit closer, shoulders come off the mat. Now melt your shoulders down to the earth. Now your hips are square, your buttock cheeks are on the floor. Make sure both buttock cheeks down the floor as you pull that leg out to the side, really opening the hips. Excellent. Make sure both buttock cheeks stay on the floor as you open out the hips. Yes. Come back to the center. Now straighten both legs. So one leg, the leg that was bent is straight. Now swap sides with the hands. The hand that had the band, bring it to the floor and then come across the body. So we're stretching out into the glutes, right across. Keep the shoulders in contact with the floor and look away from where the legs are going. So you're feeling that wonderful stretch into the buttock area. Float back to the center. Reach up to the sky. And now let's swap sides. So bring the other foot into the bands. Bring that leg you've just worked, foot to the floor. Now reach up and stretch. Pull the chest towards the thigh towards the chest. Push the heel up, the toe towards you. And feel that wonderful stretch into the back of the hamstring. Lovely. Melt the shoulders down into the earth. Keeping the hips square to the ceiling, both buttock cheeks on the floor. Open out the inner thighs. Good. So we're opening. So you're getting that lovely inner thigh stretch as you open out those inner thighs. Beautiful. Come back to the center. Straightening both legs. Swapping sides with the hands. The hand that had the band, place it to the floor. Look away from where the legs are going. Keep the shoulders into the earth. And come across into a lovely lumbar spinal twist. Come back to the center. And float up into a seated position. Fantastic. Good. So let's sit nice and tall. Back straight in a nice L shape. Shoulders down and away. Breathe in and then just melt your chest towards your thighs and reach towards your toes. Let's stretch out the lower back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just melt your chest to your thighs. Dangle your head and relax the neck and the shoulders. Softness in your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slide up through your shins and release the shoulders down and away. Bring your arm across your body. Look away from the shoulders. So don't have the arm up here. Just sink it down and bring it across the body. open out, so just take it back, and then across the body again. Lift up to the sky, tricep stretch, then open out, bring the other arm across your body, drop your shoulder and look away from the fingers, then open out, come back across the body, lift up to the sky, tricep stretch, and then release those arms, release those shoulders. Fantastic. Bring one knee into the chest, take it over the straight leg and just look over the shoulders into a lovely twist and a stretch into those glutes. Wonderful. Strengthen through the back. So some of us are like on the beach, lift up and lengthen through. That's so much better. And release. Other side, bring the knee into the chest, take it over, hug the knee, look over your shoulder. Remember, we're not relaxing on the beach. I wish we were. Well, I am. You may not be. And lengthen through, look over your shoulders. Excellent. And then release. Let's come into an all fours position. Bring the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Any wrist issues, you can come onto your knuckles. And then take one foot back, push into the calf muscle. And as you do so, the hip wants to float up. Turn the hip down so it's a lovely straight line, top of the head, down to the heels. The toes are pushing into the ground, the heels are away, and you push into the calves. Swap sides, push the other toes into the ground. Yes. Now, the toes that you're pushing into the ground, can we bring the feet to the top of the mat, past the hands, and then come into a hip flexor. So the other leg, the knee is further back than the hip, and then sink back into a hamstring stretch. So float into a hip flexor. Now watch the alignment of that knee. I'll just move the hand. This knee, the ankle should be further forward than the knee, and then into a hamstring. And then swap sides. So we take the other leg forwards, bring it as far forwards as you can into a hip flexor stretch. Be really careful that this knee isn't here like that, yeah? Bring it as far forwards as you can, hip flexor stretch, back into a hamstring stretch, hip flexor, hamstring, hip flexor, hamstring. Yes, feels good. Stepping back, tuck your toes, push up, the heels into the earth. Now walk the feet towards the hands, hands towards the feet, angle in a forward fold, and then unpeel, uncurl, unwind. Come to standing. Stand tall. Inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart space. One more time. Inhale. And as you exhale, last one. Breathing in. And as you breathe out, take a little bow. Very well done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me just stop the record. Wonderful. Well done, everyone. So thank you for joining me. I hope you feel all stretched out.